Hi everybody, Haley here with Pull Through Sites. I come to you from tonight's gorgeous car camping spot in Laramie, Wyoming, near Laramie, Wyoming, in the Medicine Bow National Forest. My topic for today that I'm going to be telling you all about is how to stay safe while SUV RVing or car camping. I have just a few tips that I've picked up along the way on how to stay safe, some common sense things, some maybe not so common sense things that'll help you stay a little bit safer while you car camp, especially if you're female, if you're solo camping. These tips can help you feel a little bit safer and more secure, while you're sleeping at night while SUV RVing. But first, before I jump into it, if you like my shirt, Weekend Warrior, make sure you check those out on pullthroughsites.com. That link is down in the description below. And if you'd like to watch more car camping videos from me, I will link that playlist up there as well as link it down in the description below. I've got a number of different car camping setup videos, how I set up the inside of my car for SUV RVing, how I stay warm in the winter, all kinds of videos like that. So make sure you check those out. Without further ado, how do I stay safe or feel safer while I am SUV RVing? Alright, so tip number one for staying safe while car camping is to be prepared before you leave the house, or the RV in my case. Being prepared is going to be the number one way that you can keep yourself safe while you're out there car camping. And for the most part, when you go out SUV RVing, once you've left the house, you left the house, you're going out somewhere remote, and you're not going to have an opportunity to pick up a lot of materials and supplies. So make sure you have everything that you need before you leave the house. Make sure you have, your sleeping gear, your safety gear, your knife, your bear spray, depending on what part of the country you live in, enough clothing to stay warm in the winter, enough water, enough food, a basic first aid kit. All of these things will help you stay safe while you're car camping. Tip number two, while staying safe while SUV RVing or car camping, also happens before you leave. In addition to being prepared, make sure that somebody knows where you're going. Make sure, it's just like with hiking, I'm sure you've heard this tip before, make sure somebody knows where you're going to be camping and how long you're going to be, especially if you're going to be somewhere that's out of cell range, dispersed camping, backpacking, anything where you're going to be out of signal range. Really make sure somebody knows where you're going and how long you're going to be, so that if something happens, they know where to look for you, and if something doesn't happen and you're okay, you're just off grid for a few days, people know not to worry because somebody knows where you are. So that is a good tip, and that is my number two tip for staying safe while car camping, and it happens before you leave the home as well. So I returned to my beautiful camping spot here in Wyoming to share with you tip number three, and that is bring a buddy. If you have somebody with you, obviously it's going to be a little bit more safer than if you're camping totally alone. Also, it depends on where you're camping. If you're camping more in an urban environment and stealth camping, if you're camping in a campground, or if you're camping in dispersed camping like I am here, safety tips and stuff like that, and your level of safety is going to be a little bit different. Also depending, where in the country you are, but everywhere you run the risk of, it not being safe for a multitude of reasons. Not only are there, natural and environmental and mechanical disasters that can happen in your vehicle while you're out SUV RVing, other people are dangerous as well. There's always that threat, we'd like to think that all other people are good people, but they're not necessarily, and you have to keep that in mind while you're SUV RVing. And also, when you're in an area like this, I am in bear country, mountain lion territory, and moose country. So there's a lot of large animals that can be around, and I have to keep that in mind, especially for food. And that's a big safety factor for me in most of the places that I camp. So that's something to keep in mind. Tip number 4 along those lines is to bring some 4-legged friends with you, as well as a 2-legged buddy. And if you can't bring a 2-legged buddy, if you have a dog, definitely bring that dog camping with you, as long as they're well trained. It's not going to be an issue for you. Having a dog with you helps keep you warmer at night, but it's also a good alarm system. And it's going to help keep you a little bit safer. Hit, hit. This is my alarm. He's a wonderful alarm. He's not going to be able to do too much to fend off any attackers, but he's a good warning system, you know, that will let me know if there's a bear or a human approaching. Dan. And if you want something a little bit more safe, you can bring a bigger 4-legged friend like Dan here, who might be able to fend off a bear or a mountain lion attack a little bit more than my Chihuahua will be. So that's my tip number 4 for you. And finally, my tip number 5 for you and how to stay safe while SUV RVing is just to be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. Know where the nearest campers are to you. Get a gauge of how many people are in the area. Know the safety hazards in the area, whether you're in a mountaintop area like this that's prone to storms and lightning storms, lightning strikes, what kind of wild animals are in the area, and look on reviews on like All Trails and other dispersed camping campsites to see kind of issues anybody might have had in the area. And so yeah, that's it. That's my 5 tips for staying safe while SUV RVing. I hope you all liked this video. As always, if you like my shirt, again, those are linked in the description below. We have a number of awesome shirts like this, mugs, journals, tote bags, and a wonderful book written by Jessica Ryder that talks about her journey to recovery through camping. So make sure you check that out in the link below. That's all there. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It does really help the channel, especially a small channel like this as we're trying to grow. That really helps us. Go watch the other videos about car camping that I've done, and leave a comment below if you have any questions about how to stay safe while car camping, or if you think I missed anything in this video that's super important. I didn't mention, any sort of physical protection that I bring with me. That varies from person to person and state to state, what kind of laws and your personal preference, what you feel comfortable bringing with you in the car. But I didn't cover that in today's video because I think being prepared, being aware, and taking those small steps is definitely the most important to staying safe. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video. Bye!